Disappointments and gamists, welcome to the Cry Corner, the show where we talk about the wacky concepts of video games and why we're on this godforsaken planet. The Cry Corner is filmed in front of a live studio fire, right here. Thank you for coming. Today, during this holiday season of green and red, Christmas is in the air with leaves on the holly bed. The raging inferno burns endlessly inside and out. But there is still one tradition left intact, without a doubt. So while the fire is warm and the snowy weather outside cold, snuggle up to play some cozy games in your wintry abode. Without further delay to the subject in sight, I bring you my top picks of cozy game delight. Comfy games are a certain type of game that aren't necessarily winter or holiday themed. While they might have snowy levels, I usually characterize a comfy game as a game that gives me a nice, warm, and comfortable feeling whenever I play it, with the added bonus of getting the urge to play them whenever the snow piles up and I'm locked inside. Comfy games are great because you can usually pick them up at any time and drop them at your convenience. I don't exclusively play these games during winter, but to me, their cozy feeling is enhanced during the equally cozy months. The first game on our list is Virtual Cottage, and upon saying that name, I have now made a world record for the longest discussion of Virtual Cottage ever in a video before. It's a small indie game that popped up on Steam recently that's more of a productivity app than anything else. What I really like about Virtual Cottage is its presentation, which adds a lot more than a basic timer productivity app would. There's an expanding playlist of lo-fi that can be toggled along with rain ambience, which is pleasant to listen to when I'm working on things. There's not much more to say about Virtual Cottage because the premise is very simple, but it's a nice little cozy game, like most of the games on this list. I hope the developers add something for winter, perhaps a wind and fireplace ambience option, which would help diversify the game's audio a lot and give it an even greater wintry feel. Yume Nikki is another great comfort game for me, despite some of its creepiness. I find myself occasionally booting it up along with Yume Nikki if I'm having a hard time relaxing at night. Yume Nikki and Nikki are great because they're so open and non-restrictive that you can escape into any fantasy world you like. Akin to taking a walk in a relaxing forest, only with more crazy aesthetics that fit many tastes. These games are more of an all-year-round comfy game. They don't necessarily remind me of winter.
Wow, great job, Cryveil, breaking the entire premise of your video within 2 paragraphs.
But they have pleasing visuals and relaxing soundtracks that give off a calm and cozy vibe. Except for when, you know. Yume Nikki is a game I've talked about before. It's an easy-to-access free game that I think everyone should play. Yume Nikki has the most convoluted install process I've ever had the displeasure of going through, but it's also free. And you should play it too. They both have a diverse set of worlds that can help your creativity flow or put your mind at ease, such as the docks from Yume Nikki. Yume Nikki and the subsequent fan games deserve a separate video of their own. There's something I need to get back to when I'm finished playing Pepperoni Sona 5. So I won't talk about them too much. But if you love the visual jazz of Yume Nikki, you'll love the other ones too. There are a couple of mainstream games that carry this comfy wintry feel. Animal Crossing, of course, the king of comfort. Skyrim in all its janky glory still has amazing landscapes and great wintry lands to explore. Minecraft is a cozy game that I always get the feeling to play when it snows outside, one of the things that inspired me to make this video. I always love building wooden cottages on snowy mountains here. Now all these games are good and cozy, but everyone talks about them. What's a popular franchise that I don't think people talk about enough? Kirby games. Kirby games are the epitome of comfort. Just look at them. They're so colorful and pleasant, even the enemies are too cheerful to want to kill you sometimes. The music is iconic and relaxing, something I used to sleep to even. It's been a game series that's been with me for almost my whole life, starting all the way with Amazing Mirror and branching off into others later on. Not only are Kirby games important and comfortable to me, but one incredibly soft and cozy Kirby game is Kirby's Epic Yarn. I mean, this game is so relaxed, you can't even die. And I know that doesn't sound like fun, but this game is an amazing aesthetic and fun gameplay, along with a rewarding system for not getting hurt that counteracts that. The visuals are what sell the coziness of this game the most. While all Kirby games have a soft aesthetic, Epic Yarn takes it further and the winter levels are beautiful snowy lands. There are so many adorable moments and relaxing places you can see in this game, making it one of my all-time top comfort games. It's a shame how underappreciated this game goes. It's a great game with a banging soundtrack that might help you be cozier cooped up in your house. A couple of nice free-to-play games, other than Yume Nikki and Virtual Cottage, that can help you relax in winter are Verity and Floating Point. Verity is a game I've talked about before, and it's a simple plant-growing simulator with a pretty aesthetic and calm soundtrack. I still regularly play Verity, and I have for years, since it only takes a couple of minutes to take care of my virtual plants. Floating Point is a game I've planned to talk about after I made my Verity video, and a now scrapped free-to-play games video, which was almost done. I don't know why I did that. Floating Point is even simpler than Verity. All you do is grapple around blocks in space and try to go fast and hit a high score. It's nothing sophisticated or intense, but it can be really fun to pick up and play for 5 minutes or so. Both of these games can help you get your mind off of stressful things for a few minutes, and don't require a long playtime commitment. Similarly, Little Inferno has a pick up and play style, with the added bonus of narrative and unlockables. Little Inferno is a beautiful wintry game about burning the ever-loving hell out of everything you buy, but also the power of love and friendship. I've replayed this silly game many times, even if there's no point in it at all. It's just fun to burn things sometimes. This game can get you pretty emotional, despite its ridiculousness, along with having some memorable music tracks that I still remember. But when it's just you, stuck in your house, a fireplace, and the insatiable lust to burn everything around you, it's a perfect comfy game. Now here's a game that's impacted me quite a lot. A game very relaxing to its core that's just a joy to play all night. Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley is actually a game I've had on my talk about list for a while, but I'd never gotten around to it. It's a lovely farm life simulator with a plethora of features and mechanics that spice up every new day to make it interesting. Fishing, mining, farming, and even fighting is an option for you here. The progression system consistently rewards you and makes you feel good about playing the game, not to mention its innate coziness of being a small rural town with fun stuff to do each day. Stardew Valley really shines in co-op. Not only is the game fun on its own, but that feeling is nearly doubled just by having someone to progress with. Experience it all along with you. It's an amazing game that I would say is good for building relationships with people, much like Overcooked, but less in the sense of, oh god, everything is burning, what do we do? And more of, this game is neat, we can achieve goals easily together. Friendship. But overall, Stardew Valley is an iconic game that deserves its own video, and I've gone on too long without even talking about it. It's a great comfy game that you should definitely try this winter if you haven't already. Now that all is said, and all said as well, I urge you check out these comfy games of which I tell. Even though the world outside is all cold and sad, wasting away playing video games isn't all that bad. They might make you feel better, cozy, or warm, unless of course you're playing Bloodborne. With this, I must bid you farewell and say that I hope these games can somewhat make your day. All is said, and all said is unabashed. Enjoy your holiday, because this year sucked ass. Oh, okay, you weren't listening? That's fine. I'm Duke Nuke them. Alright, we're done. That's it.